welcome to the Library Hall. I'm your host, Cedar Dunn, and it's very exciting to have you back. Okay, what is going to be in today's Library Hall bag? Let's find out, shall we? Here she is. Okay. Today we have several books to look at. All right, first up is a book called Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, a novel by Gabrielle Zevin. All right, so this book has gotten a lot of good press and lots of good reviews and is a New York Times bestseller. And so this will be interesting to see what we think of it. I don't read a ton of fiction, I have to admit. I'm mostly a nonfiction kind of gal, but I do love it when I get into a book, a fiction book, when I really get into it. I'm very excited about it. And I did read the first sentence of this book, which is what made me want to check it out. Plus all, the accolades certainly led me here, but here's this first sentence. Before Mazer invented himself as Mazer, he was Samson Mazer, and before he was Samson Mazer, he was Samson Masur, a change of two letters that transformed him from a nice, ostensibly Jewish boy to a professional builder of worlds. And for most of his youth, he was Sam, S-A-M, on the Hall of Fame of his grandfather's Donkey Kong machine, but mainly Sam. So that's pretty intriguing first sentence, wouldn't you say? So this will be interesting. I'm excited to see if I get into it or not, and I will certainly report back. All right, next up in this library hall is this little book called The Swedish Art of Aging Exuberantly. Now, here's what really got me about this book is the subtitle is Life Wisdom from Someone Who Will Probably Die Before You Do. Wow, right? By Margareta Magnusson. And I kind of love that title. So this author is also the author of something called The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. So I have never heard of that, and I also need to understand what death cleaning is. So I will be reviewing this, and I'll come back at you and let you know how this book is, and also what does it mean to death clean. That will be interesting to find out. Okay, and the next book in my bag is an oldie but a goodie. I've checked this out before. I'm checking it out again, and you'll see why. So this is called The Wisdom of Menopause, Creating Physical and Emotional Health During the Change. This is by Christine Northrup. I consider this book the Bible of this period of time. So I am of a certain age. I'm going through this right now, and I've been doing pretty well. I mean, I have a lot of the typical things that go on during this time frame, but I think I love her take on it. She has a lot of good information, and I will be perusing some specific topics in this, and I just love that I can check it out when I need it, look at what's going on, and then send it back to the library. And so I'll do a little review of this, even though it's an oldie but a goodie for me. And then the final book in this haul is this one that I found. It's kind of random, but it's called Children's Picturebooks. And it is basically kind of a history of illustrations of picture books. So it's called, the subtitle is The Art of Visual Storytelling. And so basically it's going to go through and go over how illustrations started in kids' books and where it's gone to. And I'm already just totally entranced because I love beautiful art in children's books. I always have. And I love looking at it. I love already, can we just look at this? It's so cool, right? And then, whoops, which way am I going? It's so beautiful. I just think this art is so beautiful. So this will be fun to go through, and I will give you my full report. All right, friends, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. To support Library Hall, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. You can find links to the featured books in the video description or on our website, libraryhall.com. Our show gets a small commission when you buy books through these links. Yay and thank you. And yes, that is baby me enjoying a book. Hey, welcome back to Library Hall. And today we have the book report. And I'm very excited to review these books with you. All right, let's get into it. So the first book I want to talk about is this one called The Swedish Art of Aging Exuberantly. And this was actually a very sweet book. I enjoyed this book. I feel like this book falls into a couple categories for people who might like this book. So there are people who are maybe aging in their upper age range, and they would find some of her advice and anecdotes helpful. And then there's also people, which I kind of put myself more in this category right now in life, where I just liked, it was almost like pretending I had a Swedish grandma, and that was very enjoyable to me, because I don't have, all my grandparents have passed. And so it was kind of neat to read her old stories, and I enjoyed that. So I thought this was a very sweet book, and this might be a good book for I don't know. This might not be a good book to gift someone. That might be kind of strange since, I don't know. The subtitle is Life Wisdom from Someone Who Will Probably Die Before You. Yeah. That might be a little bit of an odd gift, but I enjoyed it. And the other thing I was curious about this author, she has written a book called, her first book was called The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. And I think also for inspirational purposes, this woman, I think I read in here that her first book was published when she was 80. So how amazing is that, right? And this is it was a bestseller. So what's interesting about, I wanted to learn about what Swedish death cleaning was, and I did learn about that. And basically, you get rid of all your stuff before you die. Essentially, you give it to your kids, or you give it to whoever you think might enjoy it or find it useful. And I did kind of like that idea. Basically, so that when you die, your children or whoever does not have to pick up all of your stuff after you're gone. So I like that idea. I think that's kind of fun. So anyways, cute book. I liked it. I would recommend it. Yeah. All right. The next book in this week's book report is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This book has gotten a lot of attention. I think I just saw that it was like Amazon's one of their best of books, maybe the best of book of the year. Got excellent reviews, and I can see why. So I read the first few chapters of the book. I totally enjoyed the writing. I totally got into it, even though it is what this reviewer on the back calls, let's see, it was like basically a story about, it's basically a story about gaming. I can't find the quote I was looking for, but essentially it's like two characters who are gamers and that community of people, and it takes place a little while ago though, like I think it takes place in the late 90s, something like this. So anyways, they're creating games, and then they're coming together, this friendship. I think it'll probably be a romance. I'm not sure, because I only got into it for 3 chapters, and then I was like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna read more of this, but I really liked the writing. I see why it's gotten a ton of attention. This book would probably be enjoyed by anyone who loves gaming and who is curious about that world and wants like a really neat novel set in that world. I could totally see someone enjoying this, and I enjoyed the first few chapters, but as is the case in Library Hall, I don't always read all of the books because there's a bazillion books. So if it doesn't hold me for the whole entire book, that's okay. There's another book coming down the pike. So just also that's the neat thing about libraries. Like, you didn't buy the book. So if you just want to read a little bit of it, that's your prerogative. The next book that I picked up was called Children's Picturebooks, The Art of Visual Storytelling. And this book I thought would be kind of neat. I'm a little bit of I love children's picture books. I love the art in children's picture books. And this told the history of art in kids' books. And I thought it was really cool. You saw old pictures from back in the day and some really beautiful artwork from other countries. And it's just like, I'm going to try and show one of these. Which way do I go? There we go. Isn't that just, I don't know if you can see that, but I mean, there's just so much magical, whimsical art to be found in kids' books. And I'm just such a big fan. I mean, look at how adorable this is, right? Like, can you even, I mean, it's just fun. I just love kids' books. So I thought this was interesting. If you're interested in illustration for children's books, or if you're just kind of like love kids' books like I do, this would be a neat book to pick up. All the books, titles, names, links to buy them will always be in the show notes and on the website, which I list below. So you'll never be without the ability to easily find the books that I review. Okay, the last book in this week's library haul is the classic. And here it is. It's called The Wisdom of Menopause by Christine Northrup. So this book I have checked out from the library a few times. I should probably just buy it, but I have found it immensely helpful. I've read a few different books on this topic, and I feel like this is the one that really is like, look how thick this mama is. This one encompasses everything. And one thing I really love about her writing is how hopeful, inspirational she is. I mean, really, the whole premise is that midlife is just this time where you can really open up to more of who you are. You know, the whole second half of your life is ahead of you. For many women, their kids have gone out of the nest. They're able to refocus on themselves, and it's about what you're going to create. And I really love the way she frames all that. So there's just like so much goodness in here. And obviously there's a ton of super practical advice on everything from, night sweats, hormone changes, just every single thing. It's amazing. And what I really like is that it's just, instead of it being this kind of scary thing that like, oh, I'm getting old and, what's going to happen? And no, she does not support any of that. This is the opportunity to really take such beautiful care of yourself and to grow and to create and look at what you want and what you want next in your life. And on another note, I was suffering from pretty extreme adrenal fatigue, which I guess a lot of women have, but maybe some of them don't even realize they have. And she has a lot of good advice in here on that, and any and everything else. And just a really, really positive outlook that this is an opportunity for positive change. And so I really love that. And so I highly recommend this book to all of you that are in the category of human who is experiencing some midlife stuff right there. All right. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Library Haul. And if you did, please subscribe, please like, please comment on these books or recommend other books. I'm always loving book recommendations, obviously. So thank you so much. I'll see you next time on the Library Haul. Hey there! If you liked this video, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel. To support us, please use the links in the video description or at libraryhall.com to purchase the featured books. Thanks for watching!